Hello, I'm David Frazier, aka the MarketMonk. We're recording this first of our new show, the MarketMonk Show, on Tuesday, April 1st. Well, those of you that are subscribers to our newsletters, I'm sure you know that this past Sunday I told you that my research indicated that stocks were on the verge of breaking out to new highs, and let me rephrase that a bit. Obviously not all stocks, but what I'm speaking of at the moment is the major U.S. stock market indices. I told you that my research indicated that the major market indices would break out to all new times highs within the next 2 weeks, and I let you know that I was likely going to issue a trade alert on Monday, March 31st. Well, sure enough, the S&P 500 index already broke out to a new all-time high today, Tuesday, April 1st, and all of the securities recommendations that I made in the trade alert that I did in fact issue on Monday, March 31st, were up today. 3 of the 6 short-term trading recommendations that I made in my Monday trade alert were up over 4% in just one day today. In fact, one of those trade recommendations is already up 10% in just one day. Now, I mention that for the reason to not gloat, because I, like anyone else, makes mistakes in the financial markets. I don't expect all of our securities recommendations to work out and make money, but we've done a really good job, and so I bring that up for the reason that we operate here at Frazier Mayer Research LLC, who is the owner of the MarketMonk Show. We're one and the same, really. We operate on 2 overriding principles. One is performance is everything, and number 2, we tell it like it is. And I think if you sit down and think for a moment, you'll find that unfortunately that is very rare in this business, that is in the financial market advisory and information business. I mean, I've been in this industry for more than 25 years, and it never ceases to amaze me the number of so-called experts who will tell you how a stock could go up and what might happen, but extremely rarely do they tell you exactly what do they expect. And number 2, almost without exception, most financial market strategists and newsletter writers and stockbrokers, they don't really want you to look at their performance. And the reasons, well, I'll let you figure that out on your own. Well, we want you to look at our performance. We're not, as I said, we're not going to always be right, but we've done a really good job, and we post all of our recommendations on our website. So enough about that, because I'm not. This show is not just about trying to sell you something. It's about trying to keep you informed. Even though we would like for you to take a look at our newsletters and try us out on a trial basis, if nothing else. All you have to do is go over to the menu item that reads Financial Newsletters and click on that, and you'll see how to subscribe if you'd like to. Now, what's going on right now? Why did I say that I expect the indices to break out to new all-time highs? Why did I tell our subscribers to get fully invested this past Monday? It's because an increasing number of leading economic indicators really around the globe indicate that the pace of economic growth in the second half of this year for the United States primarily, but really around the globe, except for China to some extent, the pace of economic growth is likely to increase later this year. And we've had the major media, whether it's financial shows or just general media, have been focusing on this Russian situation over about the past week and a half. And all I've heard on any show that I've turned on, it is a show, it's entertainment. Rarely do you get any valuable information off these news shows. They talked about Russia might invade Ukraine, and they're building up their troops, and it's like, well, this is a bunch of nonsense. Okay, the probability of Russia invading Ukraine within the next 2 years at least is extremely low, and but you know, it gives them something to talk about. And I'm not sure how much of a buildup there actually was on the border. So you know, I've told our subscribers for the most part to ignore this so-called news regarding the Russian situation. That is, the Russian-Ukraine Crimea situation, and to focus on the economic factors. So I see stocks moving even higher throughout the week. We have the ADP employment report out on Wednesday, and the U.S. Department of Labor's non-farm payrolls report out on Friday, and I expect both of those reports to show that a substantially larger number of jobs were created during March than during the past few months. And so we've got a lot of positive things going on here. Of course there are negatives. There's always negatives. There's always problems. But we need to look at both the negatives and the positives and look to the future, not make our decisions based on what happened in the past. So that's it for today, and I'll be giving my thoughts again tomorrow on whatever happens in the markets on Wednesday. Thank you for listening. I'll speak with you again tomorrow.